your FEHB, your health insurance as a federal employee, is one of your absolute best benefits. And if you didn't know, going into retirement, the government will continue to pay their portion of the premiums. And for most feds, they pay almost 75% of your premiums while working and into retirement. So the big question is, how do you make sure you actually can keep that going into retirement and not lose it? Because having great insurance as you go into retirement in the years that you're going to have the most expenses, most likely of your entire life medically, you want to make sure you're covered. That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's dive in. Now, it's really, really simple, honestly. To keep your FEHB into retirement, there's only two requirements. Now, there's nuances to each of them, which we'll get into, but there's really only two requirements to be able to keep your health insurance into retirement. Number one, retire with an immediate annuity. Are you retiring with the type of retirement where your pension starts right away? Now, again, there's some nuance to that, which we'll get to in just a second, but that's the first criteria. Next criteria is to be covered under FEHB for the 5 years before you retire. Again, there's nuance there, which we'll get into, but at the end of the day, these are the two criteria that you have to hit both of them, not just one or the other, both of them. Retire with an immediate annuity, get a pension right away at retirement, and have been covered by FEHB for the 5 years before your retirement. So let's actually break down, what does an immediate annuity actually mean? Let's define that to make sure you qualify. Number one, if you retire with 5 years of service and you're age 62 plus, then you qualify. You're good to go, all right? If you have 20 years of service and you're age 60 plus, boom, you qualify, you're good to go. If you have 30 years of service, you're your minimum retirement age or higher, you're good to go. Minimum retirement age is around age 57. Or if you retire with a VERA, which is an early out retirement, or a DSR, discontinued service retirement, then you're good to go. That is considered an immediate annuity. Now, here's a strange one that is a little funky, but let's talk about it. MRA plus 10 retirement. If you're not familiar with that type of retirement, go watch my videos on that. But basically, it's the type of retirement that you retire at your minimum retirement age, so about age 57, with only 10 years of service. But there are reductions to your pensions. You can check out the videos with those details. And that sort of retirement, yes, you can keep your FEHB into retirement. That is considered an immediate annuity. And there is a sub-type of retirement under an MRA plus 10 called postponed. And basically, if you postpone your retirement, then when your pension actually starts, you can restart your FEHB. Okay? Again, I'm not going to go into this super in depth. You can see my videos on MRA plus 10 to see exactly how that works. But long story short, on all these types of retirement, you can keep your health insurance. It's considered, quote unquote, an immediate annuity. However, if you are retiring with what they call a deferred retirement, that is not an immediate annuity. You will not be able to keep your FEHB. Even if you're covered the 5 years before, it doesn't matter. A deferred retirement does not qualify you for FEHB in retirement. Again, postponed and deferred sound very similar. They're very different from another. I got whole videos explaining the differences if you want to know. But again, most feds fall under one of these criteria. 62 and 5, or 60 and 20, MRA and 30, or VERA or DSR. So make sure you qualify for one of these. Now, what about the 5 years before? What are the nuances there? Again, you've got to qualify, or you got to have FEHB for the 5 years before your retirement. If you're covered for 5 years of your career, but not the last 5, then you cannot keep your FEHB in retirement. Now, what about a break in service? What if you leave the government and then come back? So for example, let's say you did 10 years of work with the government. Let's say you left the government for 7 years. You left, you had a gap in service, and then you came back for the last, let's say, 2 years, and then you retired right here. If let's say you had FEHB, you were covered under FEHB for the 2 years before and the 10 years before, it's just while you weren't employed by the government, you couldn't have FEHB, so you didn't, of course, have it. In this case, you would still qualify for the 5-year rule. They only look at time where you were an active Fed and were able to be covered. So if you're not a federal employee and couldn't be covered, they don't look at that time if you had a break in service, all right? And if you are married to a federal employee, it doesn't matter whether you're covered under your own FEHB or they carry you on theirs with a self plus one or family plan. It doesn't matter as long as you're covered under FEHB in general. And keep in mind, you can actually change between plans as well. For example, let's say you had a Blue Cross plan, then you switch to Aetna or GEHA. If you change plans within the 5 years before retirement, that's totally okay. Doesn't matter if you change plans. What matters is if that you're in the FEHB program in general. Now, there's actually one exception to the 5-year rule. If you're covered under TRICARE, and those you know who you are if you are, it's military retirees are often covered with TRICARE, then you actually don't have to hit the 5-year rule for FEHB as long as you jump on FEHB by the time you retire. As long as you had TRICARE for at least the 5 years before, and then you jumped on FEHB by the time you retire, then you can keep FEHB into retirement, and you can actually suspend FEHB in retirement and come back later if you want. I've got whole videos on TRICARE FEHB. You can check those out if you want to learn more. So that is the details on the 5-year rule. Now, there's a couple more things to consider. Basically the rules that I just described so far, the immediate annuity and the 5-year rule, are what you have to do for you to keep your health insurance into your retirement. But what about your spouse? What can you do to make sure he or she can always stay on your health insurance, that they don't get kicked off, let's say if you pass away or anything else? This is how. Number one, if your spouse is already a Fed themselves, if they're a federal employee and they qualify for FEHB on their own working history, then they're good to go. You don't actually have to do anything. They've got it on their own working history. Even if you cover them when they're on your plan specifically, if you were to pass away, no problem. They can just jump on their own, not a problem. However, if your spouse is not a federal employee, for you to make sure they can continue to stay on your health insurance, your FEHB, after you were to pass away, you have to elect what they call a survivor benefit. This is an election you do on your pension. This decision is made right when you're filling out the application for retirement, which happens normally the last 6 months of your career. Okay? And basically this decision, there's really 3 options on this. You can choose to leave 50% of your pension. If you're to pass away, they'll inherit 50% of your pension, but it'll cost you 10% of your pension when you're alive. Or you can leave 25% of your pension. It'll cost you 5% of your pension when you're both alive, or you can leave nothing. Okay? Basically, what a survivor benefit is hey, if you pass away, then a piece of your pension carries on for your spouse. If you don't elect a survivor benefit, then your pension does not last for them at all. So the requirement to have a survivor benefit, basically, let me back up. You have to have some sort of survivor benefit, either the full, which is the 50%, or the partial, which is the 25%. You have to elect one of those if you want your spouse to be able to stay on your health insurance if you're to pass away, because they have to be receiving a federal pension to stay on the health insurance. So that is the details. Again, immediate annuity, 5 years before retirement, be covered, and make sure you do a survivor benefit if your spouse is not a Fed and that you want them to continue the FEHB throughout their life as well. I hope that's helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video.